We are here today to teach you about the negative effects of drugs, specifically marijuana and heroin, and we are going to go through the negative effects on your body and also the criminal aspects of having it and so on. So our title is Insolent, so we're going to roll out our lesson plan for you.
No.
And then we have a video to show you just to get things started. Can someone hit the lights, please? Thank you.
You think we're tripping? Oh, fuck! I'm having a bad trip! We're having a bad trip! I think you are tripping. This is great. My side's so much scarier than yours. Oh, shit, your trip sucks. You should come over here. It's way better. Okay. Some kind of little speech crime! Draco! Hey, Jacob. What? Where are you going? I'm just gonna go out for a little while, okay? Stay here. No, I want to stay here. I'm fun. This is amazing. No. Oh my God. No. Stay here. No. Stop it. You're dragging me down. Why would you drag me down?
I just want to make it relevant that we would cut out the cuss words if we were in a high school classroom. So,
Anyone guess the drug? Correct. Good. All right. Since I'm the health teacher, I'll be having to talk about the health effects of marijuana and all the different side effects. So the main one is harming the body. When you use weed, it makes your body feel calm and relaxed and even euphoric. And it even causes you to have munchies, where you just get really hungry after smoking or eating edibles. It can damage the lungs and the respiratory system. And marijuana smoking, it contains the same type of carcinogens as smoking a normal cigarette, but cigarettes are probably still worse for you. And then long-term use can affect the reproductive system. So just like smoking or drinking alcohol when you're pregnant, it's going to harm the baby if you're smoking weed while you're pregnant as well. And additionally, pot brownies can cause nausea and vomiting. And does anyone know, can you overdose on marijuana?
No.
You can't overdose from smoking it. You can overdose on the edibles.
so we actually had a couple of people ask if these were pot brownies. But so that was the point of the brownies, was for you to like ask if, because you never know, because these weren't store-bought, they were homemade, so you never know, especially in Colorado or places where weed is legal, if there is pot in your brownies. So that was just part of the lesson, just to make sure you know before you eat stuff.
All right, and then using marijuana can also cause short-term side effects and lose and impair your judgment. So you can lose your train of thought, you can get distracted easily, even though most of us are probably ADD anyway, or lose our mind. And then you may regret things you do later, and you're just taking unnecessary risks that you wouldn't normally take. Okay, and then using weed also causes amotivational syndrome, and this is basically where people just lose all of their motivation and ambition to do what they normally do. So if someone who played sports in high school, they were playing sports in high school and then all of a sudden they just don't want to play anymore, it could be a sign that they're using drugs or weed. And then people who also use it might not maintain a nice looking appearance or maybe dress down to what they normally wear. And then using weed can also cause flashbacks, similar to hallucinogens but not the exact same. And then it can also cause dependence, just like alcoholics. You're dependent on your alcohol, and after you use it multiple times. You use it once, you're only going to need a little bit to get high, but the more you do it, the more you're going to need to get high. Just like the more alcohol you drink, the more it's going to take you to get drunk. Okay, and then it can also increase your risk of becoming infected with HIV or hepatitis B. And this is just impairing your judgment and making irresponsible decisions because you just really don't know what you're doing when you're high off your mind. And it can increase the risk of accidents, violence, and crime. And I actually had a friend who went to Grace who got caught driving under the influence of weed. So he got kicked out of school since that was like a Christian school, even though he wanted to be a minister. So he basically ruined his life, and I don't even know what he's doing now. He's just at the branch at my house. And then the next one we have is heroin. Heroin is defined as a narcotic, and narcotics are drugs that slow down the central nervous system and relieve pain. They slow down the body functions, such as breathing and heart rate, and they often prescribed as analgesics, which are a pain reliever. And heroin is an illegal narcotic derived from morphine. It's often injected, snorted, or smoked and taken as a pill. And this as well, people who inject are at high risk for infection in HIV and hepatitis B because they're sharing their needles and just being really stupid. And black tar heroin is another form that's in Mexico, and it's dark in color and sticky in texture. Some other effects of heroin, these are a little bit more serious than weed. It can cause immediate death. It suppresses the central nervous system and relieves pain. And large doses can slow down breathing rate and cause coma or even death. And then, just like weed, it can cause euphoria, drowsiness, rapid heart rate, clammy skin, and large doses induce sleeping and vomiting, just like pretty much any drug and alcohol. But this is a little bit more serious. And people with respiratory problems are going to have trouble breathing and coughing. Okay. And then you're also not able to make smart, responsible decisions. You have a bunch of mood swings, don't really know what you're doing. And then this can cause dependence as well, just like alcoholics and potheads who need to smoke weed to get it out of their system. And then these also increase risk of becoming infected with HIV and hepatitis, like I said, the needles and sharing your needles and just being irresponsible. And this also increases risk of accidents, violence, and crimes. And you may fall in and out of sleep or not out. And this usually happens when someone's driving a motor vehicle, bicycle, or anything, and they just fall asleep while doing it and crash and hurt themselves or other people. And often people start fires like that.
So now that he's talked about the effects of marijuana